Minister, the Good Friday Agreement signed in 1998 has provided a basic infrastructure within which we on this island can build and sustain peace. The institutions created by the Good Friday Agreement are largely political, and many are not functioning now, which is a huge loss. These institutions provide a framework within which we can find ways to live together on this small island. Yes, of course, we recognise our differences, but we don't allow difference or division to set the agenda, either political, social or economic. Now, Minister, I won't attempt to list the many, many names of those who contributed to putting this agreement in place. It's a long list and an honourable one. And to all of those people on all sides, from all traditions, I want to say a heartfelt thank you. As a TD who is proud to represent a number of border counties, I want to say thank you for helping us to bring our lives back to normal again and for giving people real hope for the present, and also that the future can be much better than the past. Now, in any major achievement, there are always the unsung heroes, those whose contributions really matter. And one group I just want to mention are the families of those who were murdered or maimed and who asked, indeed who begged, for no retaliation. That kind of bravery is remarkable because even in the midst of their own awful grief, they are still able to see that their society, their locality, can only flourish in a peaceful way. So while we quite rightly praise the names of those who contributed to achieving the landmark agreement, we mustn't forget the communities and the families who are helping to sustain the Good Friday Agreement. The strength of the Good Friday Agreement could be seen in how it withstood the ravages of Brexit. Time and time again, I remember in the European Parliament how we were able to reiterate our support for the Good Friday Agreement. It was, if you like, it was like a bulwark, a protection that was based on the democratic preferences of people on both sides of the border. And we could cling to that protection, if you like, to help us navigate the very dangerous waters of Brexit. It was so extremely valuable in that particular circumstance. And finally, Minister, in my final few minutes, I want to refer to an issue which is very close to my heart. I'm not sure if anybody else has referred to it today. I haven't managed to hear all of the debate, but it's something I have supported for a long time, and that is the promotion of integrated education in Northern Ireland. Now, the Good Friday Agreement itself commits to facilitating and encouraging integrated education as an essential part of creating a culture of tolerance at every level of society. And when we speak of progress since the signing of the Good Friday Agreement, I think we sometimes don't pay enough attention to the fact that the number of students attending integrated schools has risen very slowly. Back in 1998, that figure was around 2.4% of the student population. Now it's just 8%. Now, at one level, you could say numbers have tripled in integrated education. But in reality, Minister, less than 1 in 12 students attend an integrated school, sit in an integrated classroom. And not all of the political institutions and not all of the political parties are keeping up with the wishes of the people in Northern Ireland, as many integrated schools are oversubscribed, and some parents are unable to send their children to integrated schools, even though they wish to do that. And if you go back to the Fresh Start Agreement, which aimed at the full implementation of the Stormont House Agreement, there was 500 million sterling provided by the British government. That funding was provided to, if you like, ensure the progress of integrated education. And that was back in 2016. Minister, just a little over 10% of that funding has been spent. And I want to ask, why is this the case? What is the rationale for this huge underspend of monies that would provide shared spaces in schools? A place where students attend every day, a place where they explore their own lives and those of their classmates, where they have the opportunity to gain understanding of one another's background and traditions, but crucially, a place where they can grow together and find shared aspirations, shared hopes, shared ways of living. Integrated education is not a silver bullet, but it is a solid foundation on which an integrated society can be built. And finally, can I say, I've heard a lot of people speak of border polls, of a citizens' assembly as a preparation for a united Ireland, and that certainly is part of the picture. But putting the roof on a house where the foundations are not fully stable, in my opinion, is not a wise move, and certainly not in the immediate future. And part of stabilising those foundations will be the promotion of integrated education by all political parties, because not only will it help to build a more cohesive society, it will actually help to implement the Good Friday Agreement.